Where'd that one go? Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Motorcycle Rewind, and today we're back with the 1982 Honda CX500 Turbo. It had been sitting since 1999, and we went ahead and got it running. See what happens. Yes! It still needs a lot of work. Mainly, it needs a new stator. That's not for today. So we're going to go ahead today and rebuild all those calipers. And by rebuild it, I mean take them apart, put them back together. So stay with us. Okay guys, here's one of the front calipers, but it's just kind of sticky. The caliper's not returning, and that's part of my problem. So let's go ahead and break this guy down. First thing is to pull off this retainer that holds the pins. It's just a 10mm out. And then all you have to do is lift it up and then it's off. And these pins come out. I've already, the first time when I tried to, when I did some work on these, I cleaned up the pins and everything just because I wanted to make sure it wasn't sticking somewhere. Thought it was going to be simple. I thought I was going to be riding it. But it wasn't. Just pull those guys out. That's why these are so clean, because I've already cleaned them. So now I've got to get my pistons out. Go ahead and turn the compressor on. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and use the air compressor. Blow this sucker out of here. I'm leaving the brakes in just because these pads were sticky. I mean, these pistons were sticky. It would work, but you'd have to beat it with a hammer to get it to come back. So I'm going to use it in to push them in and out a little bit. Because I don't want one to come out and the other one not. Then I won't be able to get it out. So I want to try to work them out together. So make sure you keep your fingers out of the way. There you go. Jam it in there. I'm going to squeeze them in, and I'm going to take one of these brake pads out. Okay, I squeezed them in with the big clamp right here. I'll just put the pins in just to hold the pad in. And I'm going to hit it with the air compressor again. Jam it in. Should be out. I should be just about out. Let's see if I can get this. There we go. Now I should be able to hit it one more time and they come out. Pow! Ah, just one came out. That's what I was afraid of. Dang it. Oh, it's in there. Dang it. Let's see if I can push this guy back in. Okay, let me try again. Pow. That was it. This one looks like we made it out. Oh, good, I got it. I jammed the other one in a little bit, then did it again one more time. Good, now we can clean these up. They don't look bad. They don't look awful. A little Crocodile cloth auto wipes. Using the pick, just go. I like to go in straight and then come out underneath that just to be able to pull that sucker out. And we're going to try right now. I don't have any other. I don't have a rebuild kit right now. We're going to put all this stuff back in. If I need a rebuild kit, I can go ahead and order one. These aren't that hard to change and to do, but I think the main problem is just the grime and all the stuff in here, plus they've been sitting for so long. So let's go ahead and clean these suckers up. That looks just like staining. I don't feel any of that. Let's see. Yeah. Slides right in and out. Come on. There we go. It looks pretty good. Let's do the other one. Okay, let's go ahead and clean up the seals. Guys, I may need a rebuild kit. I don't know. We'll find out once we put it together. But why not do this first before I spend the money on rebuild kits when I may have perfectly good ones. At least that's my thought. So I'll put these guys back together, and then we'll move on to the other one. Just putting a little grease on these. I'm just using a little bit of it's just the all-purpose grease. Just putting everything. I put a little bit on the inside, just a very thin coat, just to get everything to seat pretty easily, just like that. Okay, so I have first piston going in, just making sure they're square, that you're not at an angle, that they're pretty flat. There you go. Oh, there we go. Yeah, good. Good job. They're all the way. Okay, just wiping the pads off. These pads had loads of life left on them, and the rotors look good, so just slip right in here. Yep, right in here. Good. Let's get my pins. They go in from this side, from the back side, push into the front. There we go. That one's in. Just keep a hold on it. I think did I miss? No, I got the back one. Just needs to come out a little bit. Come on. Just keep wiggling around until you get it. There we go. We're on all the way. And now, big dummy. Okay, they go in the other way. They go in the other way. I just said it and I was thinking of the other end. So they go in the other way. I even said which way they go in. There, just lined up my holes. A little easier this way. There we go. Come on. Get this one all the way through. Then they go all the way through. So they go from the front to the back. Don't listen to me. Then this guy slips over and down, and then right there. And this caliper has been rebuilt, and I'm gonna air quote that rebuilt. We just took it apart, cleaned it, put it back together. The only thing we didn't do was replace parts. So guys, I did just say I rebuilt them, right? Again, took it apart, put it back, cleaned them, put it back together. The only thing I didn't change was the seals. That would be the failure point. The piston still looked good. It didn't have any pits in it. Still looked good. They were a little sticky, and I think it was just from the grime on the inside. Cleaning those up, we should be good. I don't think it's the hose, although it could be. We could need brake hoses, but we'll get to that once we put these things back on. If we put these things back on, they don't leak, and we have the same problem, then we end up with a brake hose problem. But this cost me no money to determine that. So let's get to the other one. Where'd that one go? Okay guys, I got the brakes back on. I went ahead and bled them. So now we have brakes. They're not leaking. They seem to be working. Okay guys, we are getting closer and closer on the CX500 Turbo. We're really just knocking out little piddly things. So we're really just knocking out the little piddly things till we get to the major surgery that we're going to have to do, which is replacing the stator on this guy, which means we have to drop the engine, which means we have to take off everything, tank, everything from the front so that we can get to it. And the good things when we do that is we'll be able to freshen up the exhaust. We'll be able to clean everything, touch it up while it's all out. I'm trying to wipe out all the little projects that I have, the little things that I have left to do on all the bikes that are around, so I can free up space and bandwidth, if you will, so I don't have to think about things. So I can take the CX500 Turbo apart, clean it, and then put it all back together. I want to be able to leave it all in one space. That's why we're finished. We did the last little things on the CB350 Cafe Racer, just knocking out little things. It had to have its brakes redone. I got a new caliper rebuilt, got caliper rebuild kit, rebuilt it, put it back together. So we're just about done. We're knocking off the list on it, and that's exciting. Get this guy out. Now the CX500 Turbo comes in. But before we do that, we have just a few things left to do on this guy, on the CB450, so that we can then get it out of the way, right? That's another one out of the way. We get this guy out of the way. We get the CB350 out of the way. And then this, they're stacked up all over the place. This C100 and the CB200, and then Tracy's mini trail will be out. So all of this will be clear, which will give me the space that I want to have when I tackle the CX500 Turbo. Because ideally what I want to do with the CX500 Turbo is have this room empty, the shop being empty. I want to set up tables in here and my carts so that everything that comes off just has a spot, so that when it's time to put it back together, we just do it in reverse. That's the plan. That's what I want to do. It's going to be a big job. So I want to be able to, I want to have as much room so we can be as efficient as possible while we're doing it, because I'd love to be able to turn it around in a weekend. Start it like on a Friday night and finish it up Sunday. That's what I'd like to do. That's big grand plans. But so I've got a couple of them that we have to knock out. Another one, this CL350, which is the red tank that you guys may have saw. This is a friend of mine's. I've just got to knock it out. We got little bits and pieces, got to change ignition, little things, nothing major, but it's just little things. We get that out of the way. That's one, two, this guy, and this guy. Now we've got a lot of room. It frees up bandwidth, meaning the stuff in my head. That's what I'm trying to get to, because I desperately want this guy road ready as soon as possible. So my plan, I need to be careful about saying this stuff out loud, because when I say it out loud, then I'm kind of committed to it, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. Ideally, what I would love to do is ride the CX500 Turbo to Barber Vintage Fest in the beginning of October. That's what I'd love to do. Ideally, that's what I'd love to do. Weather permitting, right? I don't want to ride through the rain and then be stuck in a tent for 3 days. I'd rather find a way to stay dry at some part of the time. So this is ideally what I'd love to do. Have this guy finished and it be my rider that I ride from here up there. That would be ideal if we can make that happen. Crazier things have happened with this guy. So, and actually we did that one in less amount of time. And this one is further along, but it does need major surgery. That one just had a stuck engine. So if we can, we'll know, I think I'll know by the end of this week. That would be by the end of this weekend. In about 4 days, if I can knock out the things that I need to knock out between now and Sunday, then I can say yes, yes, yes. That'd be awesome. It'd be fun for me to be able to do that. And then that's only like a 300 miles. It's not like 3,000 miles. So it should be a little bit easier. That's the thought. I just realized I showed the shop and it's a wreck. Probably shouldn't have done that. But it's kind of where we are, guys. I would love to ride the CX500 Turbo to Barber Vintage Fest and it be my pit bike for the weekend. Why not? It's a turbo. So what's the worst thing happen? I know people that are driving up there so they could pick me up along the way, so it's not a big deal. So guys, there you have it. We went ahead and got the brakes fixed and the front brakes fixed. On to the back brakes next. So I want to thank you for watching yet another episode of Motorcycle Rewind. And do me a favor, like, tag, share, and follow us on Instagram at Motorcycle Rewind. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thanks again, guys, and have a great day.